Welcome to Word Module 3. I am going to upload a start file to Canvas if you would like to use that to follow along with this chapter. And we, of course, are starting on page EX3, 1. Let's get started. When you download the start file, it'll look something like this. So this chapter has already gone through how to add titles in A1 and A2. So we are going to start there and start by applying a theme. So if you remember, themes control colors and font type. So we are going to page layout and we are going to find the slice theme. Next, we are going to talk about rotating text and using the fill handle for a series. So we'll start in B1 and I'm going to type the word January and then hit enter. I'm going to come back up to January, go to my home tab, and in the alignment group, I'm going to click on the dialog box launcher right here, and I'm going to change the text rotation or orientation to 75%. So I'll type in 75%, click OK. And then if I take my fill handle here for January, since January is part of a series, the months of the year, and I click and drag across through G3 and let go, it will fill the series for me and it will keep the formatting. So next I'm going to click on H3 and type the word total, and you'll notice it'll keep the formatting too. Now in I3, I'm going to type the word chart. Now let's go ahead and increase our column width. I'm going to bring my cursor to the boundary between A and B and click and drag until my width is 38.5. If you notice, it's kind of hard to get it exact, so you can also right click and say column width and actually type it in if you need to. And then I'm going to select B through G, and I want that to be a width of 15. Now let me scroll over so I can see H, and we want H to be 18. So right click column width, I'm going to do it this way, 18. In A8, we are going to type the word expenses. A9, bonus, salary, site rental, marketing, and miscellaneous. Now, these from A9 through A13, these all need to be indented. So there's a couple ways you can do that. I'm just going to type them all and then go back and highlight and use my increase indent button. Let me make this capital. You could also hit the indent button before you start typing the words in the cell. All right, and then total expenses. So let me tell you a little bit about the indent button. You've got decrease indent and increase indent. You have to use these in Excel because if you use the tab key, it will actually move your cursor over to the next column. So you have to use the increase and decrease buttons on the home tab. Next, I'm going to select A9 through A13, and then I want to copy that. So however you like to copy, I'm going to hit copy up here on the home tab in the clipboard area. And then we will come down to cell A19, and we are going to paste that. Also, on A18, I'm going to put what if assumptions. Now, I do want to insert a row. So if I highlight, I click on the heading of row 20. So that means just click on the number with the right facing arrow. And then right click and choose insert. That will insert a cell above that. I'm going to type in salary revenue for bonus. There we go. Then I'm going to come to 19. I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose insert. And type margin. I'll come back up to margin and I'm going to increase my indent. And then let me just hit my save button so I have a copy of this document. I do need to enter in some values in column B. So if I click in cell B19, I can go ahead and enter them. And as I'm entering them, I am going to put the format symbols for the different types of numbers, and you'll see how it will format it according to what I enter in. So 81.25, and then I'll type the percent sign. And it'll automatically format it as a percent. 5,000.00, I've got the comma and the decimal. It will automatically format that. I'll keep going through and typing in my values. The values have already been typed for you in row 4. So let's come over to H4 and start with the formula here. So this is a total formula, so that means a sum. So let's just use our quick sum button on our home tab. Make sure that it is summing B4 through G4 and then hit enter. Now I need to click over in H1. I want to put a formula that will pull in whatever the current time and date is. Actually, I think it'll just be the date. To do that, we are going to use something called the now function. So the first way we put in a formula was to use the home tab and the auto sum button. Now we are going to use the function, the insert function button. And this one is great because you can actually search for specific functions that you want. So there's a couple of ways I could search for it. I could also select a category and find it that way. So let's do that. I'm going to do date and time. And you see all my options here. I'm going to scroll down and find the one that says now and click OK. And believe it or not, that's all I have to do for this function. So if I click OK, it's going to put in the current date and time. Now, as I said, I really just want it to be the date. So on the Home tab in the number area, if I click the dialog box, I can come up and pick date and then pick the format I want. So in this case, I want the one that has the year first, then the month, then the day. So I'll choose that and click OK, and it'll reformat that accordingly.